A question about Iraq's political system. I agree with Denise. It won't be for the United States or the United Kingdom to determine or influence Iraq's political system. It's for Iraqis. And we're in a different space to where we were 20 years ago. And yes, there are problems and the challenges with the current system, but it's going to need to be Iraqis who are going to need to address those challenges. Yes, with support and technical assistance from the West, but we won't be leading that. Second, on the EU question, I mean, personally, I think it's a fantastic thing that the EU is much more engaged in Iraq than it has been for a long time. We really welcome the EU's expertise and technical assistance in stabilisation, and I would welcome the EU playing even more of a role in convening regional partners to support Iraq. And then finally, on international law, I think it's great to get a question about international law in the Middle East. I think we should be talking more about international law. I think it's at the heart of so many of the region's problems, whether it is in Iran, whether it's disputes between countries, whether it's applying international law to the different conflicts in the region. And the UK government strongly supports international law, the ICJ and the ICC, and we want to work with our partners to ensure international law is upheld. And I think strongly in all of our interests that we support the rules-based international system and international law. We are seeing the GCC, and in particular Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Qatar, have more and more influence in the region and in the world. And if we want Iraq to follow this positive path and tackle the challenges it faces, it has no choice but to have good relations with the GCC states. Now, of course, things have been bumpy, and maybe they will continue to be. But it's in the interests of Iraq, but also Gulf countries, that relationship improves. And the UK is committed to helping resolve, if there are any small issues, fixing those and building that partnership, because Iraq will need, over the longer term, yes, good relations with Iran, but also with the GCC and with Syria and with Western countries as well.
The relationship with Iran hasn't been reset since 2011. That was the last reset. So pre-2011, Iran was very concerned about US intentions, and it would look to disrupt US efforts in Iraq because the US was essentially saying to Iran, you're next. And so Iran had a particular trajectory with regards to Iraq. It changed that in 2011 when US forces agreed to leave and US policy in Iraq began to change. So Iran's reset with Iraq, from an Iraqi perspective, hasn't happened yet, but I think this is the right